Yeah.
Hey, you've probably been asked this before, but if you could not be actors, what would you do instead? Jensen, I read that you were into sports medicine before acting. I read something online.
I wasn't into sports medicine.
Okay. Considering it or something, if you couldn't act for whatever reason.
I mean, look, when you're 18 and you're having to pick kind of what your college degree might be in, and that obviously, as some of you probably know, can change directions and when you're in college. I never ended up going to school for that, but that was kind of my original intent, whether or not that would have, I was like something to do with sports, because that's what I was into when I was 18 years old. Yeah, had I gone that route and not become an actor, I don't know. I have no idea where I would have ended up. Life's funny like that.
Yeah, so I was going to school for engineering.
But he could have ended up being a doctor. He could have been like, wow, this engineering sucks. I like medicine, you know?
Yeah. I think I'd like to be a teacher or a doctor. Like, my brother went to school for engineering and then started doing pre-med, and now he's a surgeon. I probably would have followed in his footsteps. He was my idol, you know? He was an engineer and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So I was going to school for engineering. I like to think I maybe would have gone into medicine. I like interacting with people, and I don't think a life behind a desk for me would have been, I'm too obnoxious to sit in one place. What? That or a teacher. My mom was a teacher, so that would have been a lot of fun. I think joy, learning together and helping to teach kids, whatever.
I know it would have always been fun to have been a boat captain. I'm serious. Like an actual, like, a ship, you know, a boat captain. Because then you just get to go R all the time. Who doesn't love to be a pirate?
So you've already been a cowboy and a pirate this morning. It'd be fun.
Who says you have to grow up?
It's true. It'd be fun to be a wildlife photographer, like out in the jungle or the desert or somewhere else where wildlife is.
I know what I want to be. I want to be a food and drink writer.
Avocado toast?
I'll wolf one of those down if it allows me to, like, travel to Italy or something, you know?
That's fair.
Avocado toast.
Okay, it's your turn.
Hi, Ruth. My name is Tina, and I'm from Michigan. And the question that I had is, if you weren't in the entertainment business, what do you see yourself doing?
Crying heavily at night into my pillow. No, I would probably do something involving, look at this disaster. Would you like a calendar? Okay. I would probably do something, I mean, I've had many other jobs as an actor. I've dressed up as a Christmas cracker in my hometown. I literally, a girl from my dance school was like, oh, so this is what you're doing now. That actually happened to me, that mean girl thing happened to me. I've been a barista, I've been a management consultant. I do have a qualification in counselling and an NLP, and I did go to Glasgow Uni to do psychology. To me, that's what acting is. I would probably do something where I was somebody's shrink. Can you imagine? Has anybody seen the sketch on YouTube where the girl goes to the psychiatrist's office and she's like, I just feel so upset about this, and the shrink goes, stop it. I see that shit on Twitter all the time. Stop it, stop being upset. Something like that. Really.
Hi. Hey there.
Hi, I'm Lexi, and I just wanted to say it was a blast singing with you.
Oh, you killed it.
And my question for you was, have you ever had another career that you wanted to go into, or has it always been focused on acting?
Goat farmer. I'm not kidding. I wanted to be an actor quite young. I think I was 11 when I saw a musical, Les Mis, and I was like, I was like, instantly, I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. But I wanted to do other things, like I really love doing hair and makeup, and I know. And I think I wanted to be like an interior designer at one point, but nothing serious. Did I actually seriously get into anything other than acting, I think?
A lot of things. Kid fooling around dreams. I want to be a teacher. I think it's a very underrated profession.
Thank you.
Wanted to be a motivational speaker at one point, politician.
Kind of are.
Sometimes. I like to practice. And I want to work at a video game company doing literally anything. Just so I can play games all the time and justify it. Yeah, so many things. Stuntman before acting, that was the last one. And then it kind of turned into acting, and now it's like filmmaker. You know, there's so many facets of filmmaking that I could literally do all of those things in filmmaking. So this is the one industry that kind of has combined everything. Like you could be almost any profession and still work in a film, because there's you need teachers on set for the child actors.
You need medics on set.
You need medics on set.
Right.
You need makeup artists on set.
Cooks.
Sometimes you need goat farmers. Actually.
It's true.
Very
The
true.
wranglers, right?
So literally, you could do anything and be on a film set. So yeah, that's my wishing for every wish choice.
Wishing for every wish. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. So I was wondering, when you were growing up, what did you want to be?
What did I want to be when I grew up?
When you were a little kid, what did you want to be?
I wanted to be, I cycled, you know, it's funny, when I was a kid, people seemed to ask me that all the time, like, what are you going to be when you grow up? It was sort of the thing that adults asked kids. They would ask you, how old are you, and what are you going to be when you grow up? And so I felt like, oh, I really need to have a quick, ready answer for this question. But I changed my mind a lot. I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be a musician, I wanted to operate trains, and it just changed all the time. So I don't like have in my mind a version of one thing that I wanted to do, but I knew that it was important all the time. My kids don't seem to get that question very often of what they want to be when they grow up. So that's something to think about, you guys. Should get on that. Did you have something that you wanted to be when you grew up? Or maybe you're not grown up yet. I can't really see because the lights are in my eyes.
I refused to be grown up.
Okay, good.
But when I was a little kid, I really wanted to be like many things at the same time, like an animal trainer and a pastry chef.
Okay, so not like multiple personalities, but
No.
so you wanted to have a lot of different careers,
Yes.
but simultaneously?
All at the same time. One
So
job.
you're thinking you're like working at 80-hour weeks, it sounds like. That's a recipe for burnout, is
Or
what
like
that is.
roll it all together, you know?
Oh, you make it
like
into
one job.
One
Yeah.
job. I'm trying to see how far removed you are from little. Okay, yeah, that was a while ago.
It was a long time ago.
I actually really am blinded by the lights, so okay. No, I get it. I've got a good sense now. Thank you. Yeah, that's an important question. I mean, it's a question that I think I still struggle with, what to be when I grow up. Yeah. I think it's funny, I think as young people, we have this misguided perception that you grow up and then you pick something and then that becomes codified in your existence as the thing that you are, that you do for the rest of your life. But of course people go to school and they become attorneys and then they become chefs after that, and then they become wanted by the FBI. You know, there's a whole bunch of iterations of career that people have over the course of their adult lives. And thinking of that as something that is evolving is actually kind of nice. It's a little bit liberating. I do remember when I got out of college, because up until the point when you're finishing school, everything is you're sort of on a track, and you're not making, I mean, you're picking which high school to go to maybe, and which college to go to, but you're not making a ton of really big decisions. And when I got out of college, I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I can do anything. And that simple fact, in and of itself, was utterly paralyzing. And it was like, oh, I can do anything. And if I do one thing, that means I'm not doing all of the other things. And so I just sat there, like waving my finger back and forth for about a year, trying to figure out how to make the next move. It was really challenging. But now I just, do what's most embarrassing. And that's my North Star. That helps.
Thank you.
Yeah.